thing I'd like to start with is, how do I pronounce your last name, Rachel?
Oh, Belofsky.
Oh, so just like it sounds. Okay. Phew.
Yeah.
Well, it's so nice to meet you. And thank you so much for taking your time, because Screamfest is happening right now, isn't it?
It is happening right now. We are in day 4, I believe.
I
And then
imagine.
we have a booth. Yeah, we have a booth over at Monsterpalooza. So I'm moving. So I apologize for the background noise. It's installation time.
Oh my goodness. You're all over the place then.
It's pretty crazy. But yeah, we are. We try.
Wow. And for those who don't know, and correct me if I don't get any of this right, but Screamfest is basically considered the Sundance of horror, and it's 10 days of horror, thriller, and sci-fi movies from all around the world, right?
Yes, we show. We run 10 days, all new horror, sci-fi thrillers, and then we throw in some classics as well for fans.
Oh my gosh. And that, I can't even imagine. You've got to just be cuckoo crazy busy right now. And so thank you.
No, thank you for giving us
And
some time.
oh yeah, this is exciting, and I've never gotten to go to it yet, but I'm hoping one day. And also I noticed you have Screamfest NOLA coming up.
Yeah, we do. So we end here October 20th, Thursday, and then we fly into New Orleans, and we do a New Orleans October 21st through 23rd at the
Holy
Prytania Canal Plus. Canal Theaters at Prytania Canal Theater Place. Sorry.
no, that's a lot to say, and I'm glad you said it, because I would have butchered all of that.
I did. Oh my gosh.
And are you in charge of that also?
Yes.
Holy cow. So this is your Halloween time. You are fully entrenched.
Fully entrenched, full of fun horror movies.
That's awesome. And how did you get involved in Screamfest?
I founded it in 2001 after I had produced a documentary about women in auto racing, and I had sold it to TV. And we did some festivals prior to the airing. So it was that journey that made me want to create a festival to help filmmakers make connections and get their work out there, and really be a champion for independent filmmaking. And that was sort of how it came to be.
Holy cow, that's super ambitious. And it's not just for women only, it's for everybody, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. The festival's open to the public. Our attendees are almost a 50-50 split between male, female, very diverse. The films we show are very diverse. We have a film screening tomorrow from South Africa. We have movies from Estonia, Spain, Italy. So it's all very different, very encompassing.
Very. And you really do. You even have on the Screamfest website, there's even, I noticed it has all the different kind of genres that, I mean, it really does. And if you want slasher, if you want thriller, whatever you, paranormal, vampire, whatever you want, you guys got it.
Exactly. We definitely endeavor to please the audiences and give them what they want. Big selections.
That's all. And you mentioned the one from South Africa, which I just remember. I can't remember. Is it called The Housekeeper or
The domestic.
The domestic. Okay.
Yeah.
That looked really good and
Yeah.
interesting.
It's got the cultural, like not voodoo, but in that ilk, so it's just a different story, which was kind of nice,
That's cool. That it looked,
different culture.
yeah, you nailed it. I was like, oh, that's great. I read a book from somebody I don't think it was South Africa. I think it was just Africa, but it was so different. I was like, wow, this is fresh. Like, we don't see that side of the world represented much. So that's
Exactly.
exciting. And you also have Run Sweetheart Run, which is that going to come to Amazon Prime?
It is. Yeah. I blanking on their release date, Kim, but I think it's the what I don't want to say, but the second I forgot the release date. I'm sorry, but I feel like it's the 21st. But yeah, it is. It's going to be coming out. Everyone can see it. Everyone can enjoy it.
That's going to be so exciting. Yeah, because when I saw that, I'm like, wait, I think I had just seen an advertisement for that, but it had looked familiar. And I was like, oh, that's because I heard about it from Screamfest first. Then I was like, oh my gosh, it's going to be somewhere, those of us with Amazon Prime at least will be able to see it unless you go to Screamfest.
Exactly. Yeah, I guess it was in Sundance in 2020. And then of course, I guess with COVID, so I guess they didn't release, and so now things are back in swing. They're coming out now, so that's great.
Oh, that's very interesting how COVID is. So how long did you guys do Screamfest last year? Was it your first year back?
We never stopped. When in 2020, we just converted to a drive-in.
Oh my
so
gosh.
we did our opening night up in Malibu, at the ranch, and did because they had a bar and stuff like that. So it was the closest to a quote unquote gala we could do safely. And then the rest was done in LA City because it was very important, I felt, if we're doing a drive-in and converting, to still stay within the boundaries of LA City and support our local theaters. So we worked with Regal Cinema, Regency Cinemas in Van Nuys, and they converted their outside into a drive-in. They put their IMAX screen up on the wall and wheeled out their DCP on a dolly and projected, and so it was pretty fun.
Holy cow, how cool is that? That's awesome.
Yeah, so we made it happen. And the filmmakers, they had expressed lots of appreciation because they work so hard on these films, and just to cancel or not show it, like they deserve to see it, on the big screen the way as intended.
Yeah, that's really hard because when filmmakers are making, I mean, they do expect people to be able to enjoy it a certain way, and that's awesome. You guys could accommodate that.
Yeah.
And I don't think we covered where this year is being held. It's a pretty iconic location, right?
Yeah, we're at the TCL Chinese 6 theaters in Hollywood.
That's so cool.
And then the closing night will be with Runs Through Heart at the Ace Theater Hotel downtown.
Wow. Okay. That's way to go out with a bang.
Yeah.
Or maybe not a bang. I don't know. That movie looks cuckoo crazy. So that was one that piqued my interest when I read the list. There was a whole bunch, but two others were Living with Chucky and Slayers. And I just wondered when you get the list and stuff, what piques your interest? Like, were there any this year? Have you seen them all yet? Or
oh no, we've seen them all. We select them, so we've definitely seen all the films and all the shorts and all that. So yeah, Slayers was just a whole lot of fun, a whole lot of bloody fun. And Living with Chucky, is great. Kira Gardner, her dad's Tony Gardner, who did Chucky dolls. So it's just really interesting documentary hearing about her growing up with Chuck, Chuck, in that world, and meeting, growing up with, these cast members, and what a cool childhood, be on set and stuff, that kind of stuff.
That's super cool. And was there any, so since you have seen them all, which is, I wondered that, but I wasn't positive. I didn't want to presume.
Right.
But was there any that really left a mark on you that would be hard to erase now after seeing?
Matriarch was Twisted. That's on Hulu. That comes out on the 21st for sure.
Oh, okay. That's one to mark on the calendar. And I noticed,
yeah, it was just Twisted. I had to email them after I saw it, and I was like, that was Twisted. Right on. That was great. Good job, guys. It was just Twisted. I don't want to give much away, but yeah.
I love that. Right on. That's like not something you typically, you're Twisted. Right on. Like, what a great compliment.
Right. That was awesome.
I love that. And what about what draws you to this genre?
What draws me to the genre? It's just a lot of fun. I love horror comedies and slashers. It's just really fun. Escapism. and it's very cathartic, right? It's kind of like that roller coaster ride, right? You're going up the hill, you're tense, you're waiting, and then you do the drop, and it's like, what? It's just kind of, and then you laugh, right? So it's pretty much like a roller coaster ride. So
That's awesome. So yeah, that is, I think that's a perfect summation. I wonder if a lot of people realize that's what it is. I mean, I think a lot of people are like, oh, I just enjoy it, but it is, you get the ups, you get the downs, and then you have some kind of a conclusion normally. That's a happy
yeah,
ending, sort of. The bad guy gets his due, hopefully.
exactly. And it's a really great sense of community. When you go to horror films, you're all there experiencing the same thing. You can shout sometimes, depending upon the film, you shout the screen, everyone's in on it together. I feel like if you are going to other movies, right, like you don't really get that like in a rom-com, or you don't hear about like rom-com conventions, at least I haven't.
No, me either.
But
No,
yeah.
there is a sense of camaraderie, and that leads to my next question is, what would you advise, I don't know if advise is the right word, but recommend, that's a better word, for people that want to attend Screamfest to get the most out of it? Like, do you have any suggestions or recommendations, or
You mean as far as passes, or like what to see, or
like
what?
passes, or like, is there ways that, like, can they meet and mingle with, I mean, obviously you can always meet and mingle, but are there other events besides just the screenings that people can attend? Or
Yeah, we do. For the filmmakers and stuff, we have a happy hour every day. That And then on the weekends we have passes. There's a Saturday Nightmares pass. There's a Sunday Bloody pass. So you can pay and come see movies all day long, as opposed to individually. You can still do that too, right? But there's lots of the weekend has lots of short films, so that's always kind of fun, because then you're seeing like so many different little stories, and from, again, culturally around the world, because we have like 92 short films we're screening, and a lot of them are foreign. So I think they would get a lot out of seeing those different
wow,
stories. Yeah.
I didn't appreciate how many. That's a lot of short film. And what qualifies a short film? Is it like a certain amount of time, or
Yeah,
I
I mean,
mean,
I think pretty much. I mean, ideally a short would be less than 15 minutes, but there are longer ones. There are ones that are um close to 30 minutes, but I would say the majority are between the 10 to 15 minutes one. But
okay.
there's some super shorts too, 4 or
Oh,
5 minute
good. Okay,
ones,
so you totally
bite size.
understand. Like, obviously, a short movie is the time, but I was like, that didn't come out right. But you totally,
Yeah, no, I knew exactly what you meant. Yeah, yeah.
phew, that's a little awkward sometimes. And how much do the passes? Or I sort of know, but I just figured for
They're 50 bucks, I believe. Yeah, they're 50 bucks for the week, for the each day.
that is
On
a
the week,
fan.
on the weekend, because each movie ticket is $13.
What a
And so,
fantastic deal.
yeah, so it does. I think there's like five blocks of shorts, and then a couple features as well on Saturday and Sunday. So, and Saturday is when Living with Chucky screens, and Don Mancini will be there.
Wow. Okay, that's pretty cool. That you guys have some really just amazing. I don't even know, how do people, I mean, I guess when you're in the movie genre, or industry, people know how to submit, but you said you've been doing this since 20
2001.
do that, so is this your
20,
21st year?
22nd, counting at one being the first edition. So it's a 22nd edition.
Holy cow, that's a long time. To Good on you to to stick with it and help people. No wonder you're like the Sundance of horror.
Oh, you're funny. Thank you.
Man,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
that's pretty. Well, that I don't want to monopolize your time. Like, when I realized you're like smack in the middle of Screamfest, I was like, holy crap, she's this is so
Yeah,
awesome.
it
She's
was,
taking some time. Is there anything else you'd really like people to know, or any other film you'd really like to highlight, or shout outs to anybody you'd like to make?
Oh, just we're here the 6 more days. There's tons of films, so I would really just encourage people to go to the website and look at the schedule and see what suits them. I think they're all very different films for different folks, a little bit for everybody. So definitely, and most of the filmmakers are here, so you can meet and mingle with the filmmakers of the films. So yeah.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask. So when you do the cocktail hour with the filmmaker, could anybody who saw that film just go and mingle with them and ask questions?
Yeah, everyone's pretty pretty approachable and stuff. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Okay, that's really good to know. Well, I just want to thank you so much for taking time to talk with me about, and thank you for what you're doing for horror movie genre, all of it, because this is incredible.
Oh, well, thank you. And thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Have a great afternoon.
You too. Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.